Hi, I want to tell you about what our customers who are in the world of physical product manufacturing are doing with PandaDoc quotes. Aside from the regular quote with quantity and discounts, they also need technical description for each item that you actually purchase. But they have items in the tens in their catalog. And what they need to do is to insert the technical description for the exact item that is included in the quote into their document. They could go the road of smart content, but that would require a lot of rule setting on the template level. And besides, our smart content can't do table rows in a singular table yet, so you can't have this smooth transition from row to row. And this is something that our customers came up with on their own. What they did is they did 2 quotes in their workflow. But let me start from the start, right? I'm going to run the workflow first and then show you the caveats on how to achieve this. They start with a form where a sales rep selects the appropriate document, the appropriate products. Let's remember them. This is going to be something of a card trick later. Smart light, smart lock, glass break sensor, and key fob and keypad. And you have all of them in your quote, which is a regular quote with price and quantity. And then you have the second quote. But what this quote actually is, it's a table. Your sales rep won't see it, but it will be displayed perfectly in a document. And then at this point, you can start typing the name of your clients and sender. But what interests us is this document. And the 2 quotes, although they look very similar in the runner, look very different on the document level. Here you have the quote with price, discounts, and totals. And here you have a technical specification for each bought product. So how do you achieve this? First, you need to start with entering exact description in each of the products you want to have with a technical description, obviously. Our description part of the product in the catalog allows for formatting for bullet lists and subheadings in bold. So go and input your description in a catalog for all of the required products. Next up, work with your template. For this, you need a template with 2 quote blocks. One of them is going to be the actual quote. Note how the data merge enabled. It means that the item will be synced into your CRM. But the second one is a technical description table. So the data merge is disabled for this one. Also, because the second quote is the mirror image of the first one, you don't want your document total to be doubled. So go to set document value and make the source document total, but include only the first quote. And then building out a workflow. Start with a form with product fields, where you add the appropriate products from your catalog into product questions, and then create the first quote. Go to design and disable descriptions, because you don't need descriptions in this one, but you need everything else that is required for a quote. The price column, quantity column, totals, a discount if you give one. Then create the second quote, which will be your technical specification table. On this table, you go to price column and disable it. You won't show it to a recipient. You won't show a quantity either. Totals, you won't show them as well. Disable showing section totals. Disable showing grand total. In essence, you will be left with just a table, no numbers whatsoever. For this one, however, you will need to show the product description here. So you end up with just a table. And now we need to be able to pass the product selected on a form into a quote. So we have these 3 fields. Oh, I don't have a user-friendly name on this one, so it's just field 3. So I have these 3 product questions on my form that I then have mapped into a quote. So the products already go into the first quote. Now what I need to do is I need to extract their stock keeping units into a data field. So I have written a rule for this one. I'm catching all the line items with a non-empty name, that is all the line items on my quote, and I paste them in the selected SKUs data field, separated by a comma, with this text join formula. For the second quote, I simply map the value of the selected products onto the selected products data field in this second quote, and I write a rule to add the exactly same products that were on the first quote. So if the selected products variable is not empty, then we are gonna add the existing products by SKUs from this data field. It works for our needs because it's a comma-separated list. So we basically take every stock keeping unit from this list and add it to a section called technical specification. So here is the notation of adding products from a comma-separated list. And that's about it. That's what you need to set up to be able to generate a document with a simple quote followed by a table with technical specifications. Let's run the workflow once again with different items, taking note of what is passed from each step to another. Let's choose smart thermostat, motion detector, and video doorbell. We have the 3 of them here, and the exact same quote, just without the price, but with descriptions. On the second quote, let's go back and check that we have the appropriate SKUs here, right? Yeah, let's go next. Skip assigning senders and check that the document is generated. So here's how you get the items, like the total is 257. You have the technical specification here. And as the last item, let's go and check that the document value is calculated appropriately. Yep, it's 257. And the document looks very neat and professional with all of the technical specifications in place.